Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Double Trouble
Senior edition.
Senior Edition podcast. We haven't been on as much lately. We had one last week, and we were tickled to
2
death
weeks
with
ago.
it. 2 weeks
That's
ago was
2
it?
weeks ago.
See?
Yeah.
And just want to kind of get back to it, talk about some of the things we're doing. I'm Dave Porter. This is my identical twin, Don, who lives in the Ozarks. I live in Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C. That's pretty much all. That's the highlight of my day is getting up in the morning and wondering what's going on up the road. Mostly not much.
Well, I'll say one thing. Your buddy Trump there, he signed an executive order yesterday that's going to make veterans very happy.
What was that?
He signed an executive order for the FDA, HHS, Veterans Administration. He's approved using that imacaine, that highly psychedelic drug trying to use for these guys that have PTSD and brain injuries and that kind of stuff. They've been using it, been having to go to Mexico to do it for years. And it's supposed to be some. I watched a video or watched a thing on the news yesterday. This guy who's the CEO of the company that makes this thing. It's supposed to be. It's some kind of psychedelic, but it's not a drug that's like LSD. It's not recreational, and everybody's talking about it being a problem. He said this problem with this drug is people that are not, if when they take this drug, they get sick, they throw up a lot. The next day they feel like crap, but it does amazing things to your psyche. Basically, what the guy said was your brain is basically a bunch of filing cabinets.
Yeah.
And so whenever you say you've got PTSD from Afghanistan or you were raped or drug addiction or anything like that, bipolar disease, any of these kinds of things,
Yeah.
your brain, your body your brain tends to put all these different things in this one filing cabinet, in this one file, and it gets all jumbled up. And what this drug does is it's some kind of psychedelic thing. I don't know much about it, but what it does, it basically takes all that stuff out of that filing cabinet and puts it all in order in that filing cabinet. And apparently it's a miracle drug. And I just saw today, Marcus Luttrell, lone survivor guy. His brother's a congressman.
Yeah.
He's been fighting for this for a couple, 3 years. And yesterday, the president signed an executive order to approve clinical trials for using this kind of stuff for anybody, not just for veterans and stuff. But I thought it was a great thing to do. I've heard several people talk about taking this drug, and it really straightened them out pretty good. So, and only like one dose.
Wow.
So
I've never heard
it's pretty
of that.
powerful stuff. I'm happy
Never
to see
heard
it
of
go. So good on you.
Does it help
President.
people that are already okay?
Well, I don't know.
Would it make them
I
better?
don't know why you'd want to take it if you're just okay, if everything's okay. I mean, they're even talking about people, these guys, combat veterans who've got traumatic brain injuries, helping them. So,
Well, good for him.
Yep.
Hope that works out.
Yep.
Hope it works out.
Now let's get on to some serious stuff now. Any good jokes?
Well, I know a dad joke.
I've got a couple myself.
I only seem to get sick on weekdays.
Yep.
I must have a weekend immune system.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know why melons always have weddings?
No, I think he told me, but I can't remember.
Well, it's because they cantaloupe.
Oh, yeah. Must be some groaning going on somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I think my dog's groaning back there. I heard her groaning from the sunroom. Might have been
Yeah.
growling. I'm not sure. How about this one? Let's see if I can remember it. I got a new pen. It can write underwater.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you write other words too.
Yeah?
Well, that's all
Let's
I
see if I
know.
can find a picture of my new dog. Got lots of pictures. I don't know if I got one of him yet.
I'm surprised that you have not. You haven't seemed to be as happy with your new dog. There he is. Well, he's growing, isn't he?
He is, yes. We got him when he was, I don't know, guess maybe 8 weeks old, 9 weeks. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's now, tomorrow will be maybe 14, 12, 14. He started out a little bitty feller. I guess he was 6 weeks or so. He was barely out of home by his mom's care, I guess. And he was a little bitty feller. But main thing is I think he's special needs. He's well, I know he's got ADD. As you can see, those are from his claws. He doesn't necessarily make like it's a big deal. It is that he uses his claws to climb.
Well, he's like a cat.
And, well, a little bit like a cat.
He thinks he's a cat.
He can jump up on the couch now, but he has 2 or 3 tries at it. And it's usually between my legs. I'm sitting on the couch and he's standing up between my legs. And then he reaches up and grabs my thigh with his claws and pulls his way up.
Yeah.
But if he'll get over and just jump a couple of times, he makes it on his own. I think he just likes seeing me cry. I'm not sure exactly what it is. He's a fine feller, though. I think I've got another picture of him that somebody took. Well, I don't know if I should show this. He brought this in the other day. I don't know what it is.
Is that a frog?
Looks like a frog, yeah.
Well, he's wanted you to play with him.
Yeah, here's one where he decided he needed supper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen that one before.
He will bring his bowl.
Yeah.
And let's see. That might be all of them. Yeah, probably. Oh, there's when he was very first with us. He's a little bitty guy there. So
yeah.
He's probably 4 times that size now. I'm hoping he'll get... he kind of nips at you, bites you. And I've had
real sharp teeth, doesn't he?
Oh, I've had to pop him on the head about 57 times a day.
You pop him on the head, or you just tap him on it. You just barely tap him on the head, don't you?
No, it ain't a tap. I had a sledgehammer. That's what I'd use. Let me tell you. If I had one of them little sledges, he'd be.
We're gonna have to edit that part out, David.
He'd definitely be special needs after I got through with him.
You cannot take a sledgehammer to your dog.
What? It'll be like Christy Nome shooting her dog that got her so much bad press. But I wouldn't really hit him. I just pop him on the head a little bit. It didn't hurt him any, believe me. Doesn't seem to affect him.
As a matter of fact, at all. Huh?
Doesn't seem to care one way. He thinks I'm playing with him.
Kind of what you had to do to Eric for a little while, wasn't it, when he was little?
Yeah, we used to thump him every now and then. I know Debbie one time, he said he was bored. And he took him out she took him out in the garage. And we had, it was an unfinished garage, and had the studs were out there. She took a nail and a hammer and took his shirt and nailed it to a board so that he could be out there with the rest of the boards. And she said, as soon as you find something to do, I'll let you go. And all his buddies was walking by saying, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just being bored. And he finally told mom, he finally told mom he was ready to go play with Philip or whatever that boy's name was. They used to do some crazy things.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right down to that corner grocery store to buy cigarettes. I don't know how they got away with it. Marvin said he knew it was for me anyway. So
Marvin Griffith.
Yeah. Well, I really wouldn't want to say his name there, but thanks for outing him, though.
I go to church with his daughter.
Yeah, he was a fine guy.
I go to church with both his daughters.
Huh?
I go to church with both his daughters.
Oh, I didn't know he had two.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've sullied his name now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it was him doing it. It might have been one of the employees, for all I know. This is according to Eric. That could be true. Or could
keep in mind this is back before Joe Camel, probably. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, my doctor in Augusta, Georgia, when I was living there, was the guy that got Joe Camel taken off the out of magazines and stuff. His son was a toddler.
Oh.
And his son was walking around with a cigarette in his mouth, and he was just like Joe, just like Joe Camel. So he sued the
big tobacco
company, and he's the one that got it off of there.
Wow.
Well, kind of weird.
A little bit of trivia from the Georgia, Atlanta suburbs.
You realize that 20 years ago this week is when you and Chris came to the Masters with me.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, 20 years ago.
You couldn't breathe then.
That's when I first started getting to where I couldn't breathe, climbing those hills over there. I was still smoking then.
Chris and I were walking the whole place.
You were pure.
All over the place. Huh?
You guys were pure.
Yeah, we were pure. We didn't smoke at the time.
I was still smoking 2 packs of Cools a day. That's about a year before I got sick.
Yeah, well.
I can't tell the story of the tickets anymore because Donisha says it makes me look bad when I tell that story.
The tickets from Glenn Wilson?
No, Masters tickets.
Oh, yeah. Suckered us into paying for them. $600, I believe they were.
That was
we
cheap.
Thought we were just paying our share. We weren't. We were paying everybody's share. That was quite an experience, though.
Well, who were in the car that had the flat tire before we ever got out of the parking place the first day of the tournament when we went there? Remember when the tire went flat?
No.
You rent a car?
Kind of remember that, but it was that's one of my bucket list things. I've had several of them. I've been to an all-star game, baseball all-star game. That was a big deal. Been to a NASCAR race.
Yep, I've been to a couple of those.
One of them I got on my list is to go and sit in on a Supreme Court hearing.
Oh,
which
one was that?
I haven't done it. It's one of my bucket list.
Oh,
items.
You haven't done it yet.
You can go up there and watch any of them. You can't. They run everybody in there every 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, I've been there. I guess I was there with you, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever been there was with you. So.
I wanted to go in on one when I don't remember back when Bush and Gore were into it on thing.
After the
actually,
election,
my office was located at the very base of Capitol Hill, and around the other way, a couple of blocks over was the federal courthouse. And I would go over there when they were having the Monica Lewinsky hearings, and all of those newsies were lined up out front there.
Yeah.
And I saw Greta Van Susteren and some other guy from CNN was there, and one guy that Mom really liked, Bob something or other. He was there, and I visited with him a minute. If we'd had cell phones back then, I would have called him. I would have called Mom and let her talk to him. And when they were having the Supreme Court things over at the Supreme Court was a little bit farther away, over past the Senate over there, or the other side of the Capitol building. And they had a big crowd of protesters. And on the back side of the Capitol parking lot back there is the streets down here, and there's like a built up concrete wall there. And all of the TV people were lined up on that wall back through there. And I tried calling Dad, or actually Neil, maybe. I tried calling him until I could tell him what was going on there. I'd be the man on the street. And nobody answered my phone. I had to go back to work. So,
yeah, well,
it was pretty interesting, though. Got to see a lot of presidents.
Yeah.
So, Clinton was coming over one day to the Holiday Inn across the street from where my office was. And
was he meeting Monica over there? Or?
No, he was coming over there for a speech or something.
Oh.
Me and a couple of guys went over and stood on the corner there. You could always watch them come by, a motorcade coming. We were right next to right on the corner, about where they always parked at the back door of the place, whatever that Sheridan or whatever hotel was. And Secret Service guys standing there. We were talking to them. Of course, we worked for the Department of Justice. We were just talking to them. And a pigeon flew over and pooped right between us. And we were talking about him taking a bullet for the president. I said, would you take one of them for Clinton? He said, hell no. He's on his own. So he wouldn't take no bird crap from nobody, for nobody.
Yeah.
But it was interesting working in D.C. I got to see a lot of things, saw a lot of famous people.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm walking up the street one day, going to the metro train and looking down the car, and Ross Perot was on his cell phone talking in there. And I ran into Texas governor, that lady governor. I can't remember what her name was.
Oh, Ann something or another.
Yeah, I saw her.
Someone said George Bush was born with a silver foot in his mouth.
Yeah. I talked to her for just a minute. And I said, don't they have a car coming for you? What are you doing out here waiting on a cab? And she said, oh, honey, I ain't nobody. I said, well, I reckon you probably are. Have a nice day. I come back from Mississippi one time. I was at the airport getting our luggage, same day as the NBA All-Star game was in D.C. And the guy that I was with muscled his way in. This woman was getting her luggage off the carousel there. And I said, man, you need to be a little more careful about what you're doing here, because this is Washington, D.C., because he just about knocked over us, Supreme Court Justice Sarah, one from Arizona. I can't remember the first one.
Susan B. Anthony.
No. We really need somebody to do our back work where they could talk to us like a producer and tell us.
Yeah, we need a
Sandra Day O'Connor. Producer. That's who it was.
We need a producer somewhere.
And 5 minutes later, MC Hammer will come up and got his stuff. So,
well, I lived in Atlanta.
Very interesting working there.
I lived in Atlanta for 20 years, and I sat next to that guy Harold Dow that did this 60 Minutes, black guy.
Yeah.
I had been someplace. I'd be traveling all the time. I was sitting on a train, come back to the terminal in Atlanta, and I'm sitting next to Harold Dow, just right there on the end of the train. We're just visiting all the way through, and I get out I get out a little early and start walking up to the terminal. Here comes Vander Holyfield up through there. So I started visiting with him walking up through there.
Yeah, did he have all his ear?
That's before he got his ear bit off. At least that
Hmm.
part, anyway, as far as I
I,
know.
I think I was in Atlanta one time going up one of the big long escalators,
Yeah.
and a lady was coming down the other side. She smiled at me and said hello, and I said, "Man, I know her from somewhere." It was Martina Navratilova. I said, "Oh." By the time I figured out who she was gone.
Yeah. Well,
But I've seen a lot of people there.
we want to hear a funny news story.
Yeah,
Let me read this thing to you. You haven't heard this yet. It came out of the news. Am I still on?
yeah.
I can't see you right now. This Chinese car company successfully filed to patent a voice-activated in-vehicle toilet. It slides
Really?
out from under the passenger seat. This Chongqing-based automaker Series filed an application, and patent filing for the in-vehicle toilet states that it is intended to satisfy users' toilet needs on long journeys while camping or while staying in the car. The toilet, which
You
is
really?
voice activated, stores waste in a tank with a rotating heating element. Oh, I'll bet that smells good. Rotating heating element to evaporate urine, dry solid waste. An exhaust fan is included to take all the odors. Well, that's amazing. I'll say
What
that
if the
for them.
driver needs to go?
Huh?
What if the driver needs to go?
Well, I don't know. That's it doesn't say anything about the driver. Just for passengers, I guess. I guess if you're driving and you got to go to the bathroom, you got to pull over and make them get out while you sit in their seat for a couple of minutes. And my question is, whose voice activates it?
Good question. I think we've. Trying to think of something really pithy to say about that, but whole
Pithy?
thing's going on. It's all crap in my head. I can't figure out
Yeah, I
anything.
understand. I know it smells fishy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Not fishy, but
There's a foul odor coming about that story
yes,
about
it
something.
is.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, we've run out of anything to talk about.
Yes, we have.
We need to
What
tell
about
them a
our
little
new
bit.
YouTube channels?
Yeah, why don't you tell us what your latest one is?
My latest one is about the one-legged lady spy who
Oh yeah.
basically ruined everything for the Germans in France. She was I think she was American, and she had a wooden leg, and she couldn't get in the military. But I mean, she wanted to go with the army or something. They wouldn't let her in because she had a wooden leg. So she went to France and got in with her resistance in France, and basically created havoc for the Germans all through the war.
I think there's a movie about her.
I don't know. It's if you go to the simple history lab
On
YouTube
YouTube.
channel on YouTube, it's on there. I'm getting ready to do a few myths about certain things. I'll have that on the next week. And a little short one on wedding rings is coming out Tuesday, I think.
Oh,
On myths about the myth about wedding rings.
well, on my channel, the Mundane Mystery Files,
Yeah.
I've got 3 short ones coming out this week and a long one.
Yeah.
The short ones are about ketchup's one of them. Ketchup.
Wasn't that a medicine at one time or something like that?
Yeah, it started out as a medicine. Some guy
Yeah.
sold it as a medicine. I
Yeah.
think he was a snake oil salesman, a quack. But apparently, it used to actually was a fish sauce in Asia. And then this guy had started making tomato pills, which didn't always have tomato in them. And he finally went out of business, and Mr. Hines come along and fixed the whole world. I also have one coming up on the this really irritates me that my brain quits me.
How'd your brain test go though? Did you go see a brain doctor the other day?
I did. I went to see the neurologist, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and my test came out all right. They did a blood test, some kind of gene thing, and it was not like yours. Mine came out to say there was no indication that I would be
Alzheimer's,
a candidate of having mild cognitive impairment, which is what I have, or dementia as far as Alzheimer's goes. I won't have Alzheimer's. Now, I may get dementia, which is apparently the way I'm going today. I may already have it. But anyway, I'm not going to get Alzheimer's. So
yeah, you probably get worse than me.
Yeah, no kidding. I know when you got, we were kids, I got chicken pox. And
well, apparently I must have got them because I just got a very light case of them because I've never had chicken pox.
Yeah.
But my last doctor that I've got now, he told me that I probably had them when you had them.
Yeah.
Just had a very mild case of them, so I went ahead and got my shingle shots just to be sure.
Yeah, I probably need to.
Yeah, if you've ever remember, Mom, she had shingles 3 or 4 times, and Dad had them.
Yeah.
I remember when we were little kids, he was in the hospital with them one time.
I don't remember that.
I do. You remember when the radiator blew up on him and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
scalded him pretty bad?
Yeah. We'd been out on the farm for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Came home, he's all bandaged up. Thought he'd been shot.
We thought it might have been one of the highway patrol or something, or
Yeah,
one of those
right.
Texas Rangers.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, well, I guess everything in Lebanon's going all right. We haven't had any murders lately or anything.
No, we haven't, but we do have. This is the 100th year anniversary of the Route 66,
Yeah, I knew that.
and we're having a really big celebrations around here.
I saw where
Springfield's
our
having
buddy,
the first one here in sometime May, I think. They're having a big one. John Goodman's going to be there
well,
as the BMC of the thing, and it's going to have.
going to be in Lebanon?
No, he's going to be in Springfield. That's where.
Oh.
Springfield is the birthplace of Route 66.
Ah.
Lebanon is where the first contract was laid to build it.
Oh.
The Nelsons, they went through Lebanon.
I see
It was
where
the
our
first
buddy,
first contract in Missouri, I guess, as far as I know, but to the best of my knowledge. And then, of course, it's the 250th anniversary of our country this year, too. So,
and speaking of Nelsons, our buddy Bruce Owens is the Citizen of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
There in Lebanon, apparently. He's the president of the 66 Society there.
Yeah. He's my ex-brother-in-law, too, by the way.
Yeah. Nice guy, super guy.
Yep. Good man.
Yep. Let's have a little drink.
Yep. I see you're wearing your Universal Technical Institute. Is that the one where Eric went to school?
Yeah.
To learn how to mechanize Fords, I think it was.
Yeah, he was a Ford master technician.
Yeah.
He got to where he couldn't, he got old. He just couldn't crawl around inside them cars anymore. He told me once about these people would come in with a complaint about their car.
Yeah.
And one lady came in one day and she says, every time I hit the accelerator, I hear a big thump.
Yeah.
And she said, never then when I hit the brakes, I hear another big thump. And Eric said he opened up the trunk and there was a bowling ball back there.
I thought maybe she had run over somebody.
He fixed it immediately. Yeah, that's
Well, that makes sense.
yeah.
I'm wearing my new shirt that your son made for me. I guess you've got one like this. I'll stand up here. And
yeah,
Porter Men's Club.
that's right. That's
Can you
right.
read that? Does that say read right to you? It looks backwards to me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Porter Men's Club.
Yeah, I didn't get mine washed in time.
Yeah.
I did just kind of get scrubby today. I did shave a while ago.
Yeah, I shaved this morning for church.
Yeah.
So, we started the book of Daniel today. It's church. It's quite a book.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Well, I don't know what else to talk about. We've been on here half an hour already.
Are you kidding me?
No. We haven't really said anything
importance at all.
Of importance, no.
Well, we did tell some really good dad jokes.
We're sorry to all of our listeners out there that we didn't have anything better to do today than just shoot the breeze.
Well, that's all we do. It's
yes. Yeah, but if you want to be able to do this, you can do it.
That's right. For crying out loud, if we can do it, anybody can do it. If
you don't have to be a 70s, you don't have to be a twin. You can do it.
You don't have to be a twin. You can actually, you can put 2 cameras up and make yourself a twin.
Yeah, you could.
You could.
Be a little
talk to yourself.
Be a little hard to talk to each other, but there's lots of people out there doing it our age that are.
Oh my gosh, some of them are really doing pretty well on it. Got lots of followers. We've got probably, how many followers we got now? 40, 50?
I don't know. I know how many I got on my mundane mystery files, 262.
Yeah, I'm up to 46 now, I think.
So our contest we're having, I'm walking off from him.
You got a head start on me there.
No, you just didn't do anything. We started at the same time. You just didn't do anything. You was analysis by paralysis.
Yeah,
paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
I just
studied too hard.
I just started doing them, and it took right off. So,
yeah. One of the reasons we do this is, like I said last time we were on here, David and I went probably 10 years almost, saw each other twice.
Yeah.
And just in the last, we started this in October, I think, the end of October.
Yeah.
We see each other, we talk on the phone about every day.
Yeah.
And we see each other, we were seeing each other once a week. Now we're kind of slowing down a little bit on it. We're going to pick it up again, though, because it seems that we were trying to be structured about it, and now we're just sitting around talking. So you get to watch us talk to each other on the phone.
We've even quit editing them.
That's right.
What you see is what you get.
That's right. For crying out loud.
But
like I said, like we said, anybody can do this. Don't be afraid to get up there and try it. What are you going to do? They're going to laugh at you. If you can't laugh at yourself, who are you going to laugh at?
That's right.
So, who got anybody shout out today? Any shout outs?
I don't think I've got any. I can't think of one, which is some of our friends back there. Make a shout out to David Smith. I don't know if he watches or not.
He never watches. He wouldn't know.
Oh, well, forget him then. He's off the list.
I was thinking about giving a shout out to my kids, Haley and Misty. Haley just got back from a cruise. She went to the Bahamas and some place, Virgin Islands, somewhere off down in there. She got seasick the first day. I
remember when I used to be on the USS Pensacola. We go down to Wilmington, North Carolina, to pick up the Marines.
Yep.
And the Marines, some of them get seasick tied to the pier.
I had a first lieutenant in Delta Company 19. Every time we got on that stinking ship, we went to Hong Kong twice and all over the Philippines and different places. And every time he got on that stinking thing, he got sick.
I don't know.
I got sick the first time I was on one, but it was, I'll tell you, especially when there's 200 Marines throwing up all around you too, that kind of makes you throw up a little bit too.
Yeah.
And but I know dead people feel better than you do when you're seasick.
I don't believe I ever got seasick.
Well,
not
lucky
once.
you. I know one thing. He almost fell off the side of your gangplank one time.
Well, yeah, but that was a mojo problem. That wasn't seasickness.
No, it was inebriation problems. What that was. It wasn't mojo.
Mojo.
High inebriation.
After drinking 5 pitchers of mojo.
Yeah.
Tastes just like fruit punch. I mean, they trick you into drinking it, and then maybe once you stand up to go walk somewhere is when you find out how bad it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the reason you almost fell off that gangplank, if I recall, was you dropped your hot dog. It fell off your bun.
That's right. Exactly right.
And you looked over and watched it hit the water between the pier and the ship. And you had this look on your face like you lost your best friend.
Yep.
That happened 53 years ago.
And we were, they had martial law back then. You had to be off the streets of Longpost City there by midnight.
Yep.
And many a night I was running 100-yard dash trying to get over that river and get back on Subic Bay Naval Base before midnight.
Let me tell you a story.
They would leave it open, let you get on through. They wouldn't make you stay in town.
Well, let me tell you a story about me and Gunnery Sergeant Styla.
Yeah, let's don't tell that. It makes you look bad.
Well, it was kind of a funny story.
Well, it is.
It's his fault, not mine.
Well,
so we'll tell it another time, though.
Yeah, I mean next time. We're 37 minutes into this thing already.
Yeah, it's going to take. It'd take 15 minutes just to tell that story. Probably.
Yeah, maybe I should maybe edit this one. I don't know.
Well, it's up to you.
There's nothing interesting going on, but I hope y'all are enjoying it anyway.
Yeah, anyway. All right, then.
Yeah, I guess we probably better go. Make sure you go to our other YouTube channels. Mine's the Mundane Mystery Files.
And Don, Simple History Lab.
Say that
The
again?
Simple History Lab.
Simple History Lab.
The Simple History Lab.
The Simple History Lab. And it's a whole lot of fun. I can really get a kick out of doing those. I've really kind of got the hang of it now. And I don't spend too much time doing them, a couple hours a day at least, the most. I've got all of next week's done. So I don't have to do anything till next week.
Well,
but,
all right, let's get off this thing.
Okay. I was going to go with my.
You got
a
pearl of wisdom.
Pearl of wisdom here. I wrote it down. Hold on. I promise I wrote it down. It's got to be here somewhere. Yeah, well, must not have been too good, but I can't remember it. No,
you probably edit this out.
Yeah, I'll probably not. You could tell that it doesn't really matter what you do on this. Somebody will watch it.
Oh, that's right.
And
we're just prime examples. Just about anybody watch anything. You just like watching a train wreck, is what it is.
Yeah. God, I wish I could find that. It was a good one. Hang on a second. Hang on. I've got it here.
You still on the
Never
printer?
miss a good chance to shut up.
We should have thought of that 20 minutes ago. You should have said that one 20 minutes ago.
That's right. Well, anyway, glad you guys got to see us this week.
Yeah, pleasure's been all yours.
Stay till the end. I should say that up front.
Yes. Stay to the end. Pearl of wisdom coming.
Yep, pearl of wisdom. No telling what you may hear on
well,
here.
we're going to try to do better. We're going to try to get this done every week. We'll try to have a little more to talk about next week.
Yeah, I need to take some notes.
Yeah, just
My memory's no good, so
leave a comment if you think we're being something. If you think we're being idiotic or whatever, just leave a comment.
yeah.
You're not going to hurt our feelings. We don't care.
Well, be nice. Don't be.
Well, no, if you start cussing and stuff, we'll just block you. That's no problem. We won't listen to that. So
No, we don't. We sure
you can't
don't.
cancel us. We're
That's
uncancelable.
right. I
You cannot
refuse
cancel
to be
us.
canceled.
Me too. What are you going to do?
Nobody noticed anyway.
That's right. All 12 people watched it last week or whatever.
All right, then. See you next time.
Treat yourself better today. God bless you.
Man.
Are we off?
Yeah. Well,
I can't believe we spent how many minutes?
42.
42. Oh, God.
Probably need to kind of cut that in half.
Yeah. Yeah. 42's, that's a little too long. Try to cut some of that off of there, I guess. Cut off a bunch of that crap where we didn't do nothing.
Like Seinfeld, story about nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. All right, then.
All right. I'll take care of this thing, get it put up, and I'll try to find us a short out of here somewhere. All right, then. See you.